I mean, the Golden State Valkyries didn't just beat the Las Vegas Aces, they kicked their whole ass. 68-95. The Las Vegas Aces can only score 68 points with the squad that they have. What is going on in Las Vegas right now?
The Las Vegas Aces, yes, the same team boasting 4 U.S. Olympians and the 3-time MVP Aya Wilson, were just annihilated by 27 points. And guess who did it? None other than the expansion team, the Golden State Valkyries. Meanwhile, in San Francisco, rookie-turned-rising star Kate Martin is probably sipping a smoothie, grinning at the box score. Because not only did she embrace her expanded role, she dominated her former team in the process. If you're riding the Money Martin wave, drop a comment below. Let's get into it. I've got to give a big shout-out to the Golden State Valkyries. They didn't just beat Vegas, they embarrassed them. And I'm not talking about some 15-point skirmish. No, this was a 27-point demolition in front of a jam-packed Golden State crowd. The energy? Immaculate. But here's the kicker, the irony is rich. Aya Wilson is still treated like untouchable hardwood royalty across the league, but her dynasty is collapsing faster than a cheap IKEA shelf. And suddenly, all signs are pointing to one thing, maybe Kate Martin was the glue holding it all together. She was the backbone. The spark. The heartbeat of that Aces dynasty. On paper, the Aces should be wrecking every team. But reality? Not so much. And here's the cold hard truth, you can't argue with the numbers. Aya Wilson is dragging this team on her back, doing everything in her power, but it's not enough. Final score, 95-68. A blowout. Vegas just suffered its worst defeat since 2023, and it wasn't at the hands of a super team or reigning champs. Nope. It came from an expansion squad that's still learning how to pass correctly, and yet they ran circles around Vegas. It all started when Kate Martin's name was called during the expansion draft. This wasn't just a bad night. It was a full-on statement. I remember saying, let's be patient, give them time. But Vegas didn't set her up. They let her walk, and then lost to an expansion team by 30. And remember, when the Aces left Martin unprotected, the media barely blinked. Even the franchise treated it like losing a backup water bottle. But here's the reality check. In this league, wins are the bottom line, and Vegas has been bleeding losses ever since Kate left. Let's not forget, Kate Martin, the same rookie who came off the Aces bench last year alongside Caitlin Clark, is now thriving. She grabbed more boards, 7, than the world's top player, who had 6. She scored more points on her own, 12, than both Jewel Lloyd and Jackie Young combined. They had just 9. What on earth is going on? Simple. Vegas got arrogant. They thought adding Jewel Lloyd would fill the void. They believed Aya Wilson's MVP magic would carry them. And they dismissed Kate Martin as just another role player. They were dead wrong. Even Aya herself admitted that Martin was the hustle queen on the floor, the truth teller in the locker room, the energy source when the chips were down. That's not a role player, that's your engine. And now, that engine is revving in San Francisco while Vegas sputters at the starting line. Say what you want about our obsession with the Valkyries, but they destroyed the Aces. Let me be clear, the Aces. I've never seen them look this bad. The Valkyries are for real. They may be 3-5 on the season, but they played with heart, grit, and execution. Now let's break down the most recent meltdown. Aya Wilson, the face of the league, put up just 17 points on a shaky 5 for 13 shooting. Jackie Young? A ghost on offense, with 8 points on a single made shot. And Jewel Lloyd, brought in to replace Kelsey Plum, delivered a brutal 6 points on 1 of 8 shooting. This is the championship DNA we've been hearing about? Even Coach Becky Hammon had enough. She said, I'm not putting in any coaching effort. Translation? That's not a roster problem. That's a locker room problem. She went on to say, we've got a heart problem. Effort has to come from the heart. And she's not wrong. The Aces were down 21 at the half, and didn't even try to mount a comeback. They allowed 95 points to a franchise still figuring out how to function. That 27-point beatdown? It was their worst since a 38-point disaster against the Liberty in August 2023. In that Liberty game, Aya dropped just 9 points, her lowest. This time she scored 17, and still got steamrolled. Meanwhile, Kelsey Plum, who the Aces traded in the offseason, is putting on a clinic in Los Angeles. She exploded for 37 points in her Sparks debut, a WNBA record for a season opener. She shot 11 of 19 from the field and didn't miss a single free throw. No, she didn't come out and say, "I'm happy being the #1 dog." But her body language screamed it. She ran the show. Got to her spots. Ran the offense her way. And guess what? She also beat the Valkyries, the same team that obliterated Vegas. Plum made a statement. Sometimes, you don't realize how trapped you were until you step out of the cage. She dropped 28 points, nailed 6 threes, and dished out 8 assists in that game. It's shocking that she's not front and center in MVP talks. Even though I think Nafisa Collier deserves MVP, Kelsey Plum's name needs to be in the conversation. She's averaging 25.2 points and 5.5 assists per game, shooting threes at a scorching 43.4%. This isn't just a bounce back, it's an MVP campaign. And this is coming from a player the Aces once treated as an accessory. Let's be honest, Aya Wilson has been skating on borrowed credit. She's been the face for years, but her teammates have done just as much heavy lifting. And now that she's the undisputed leader, the cracks are showing. In 4 of her last 5 games, she hasn't cracked 20 points, something that only happened 3 times last season. If you're truly the league's best, you don't disappear when the team's drowning. Yes, Kelsey's stats haven't translated into a mountain of wins yet, but she's exactly what the Sparks needed. She's Kelsey Plum, floor general, playmaker, and scoring machine. Since ESPN dropped its MVP analysis, the Plum debate has intensified. Is it early? Sure. But she's dominating that race. And let's be real, the eye test doesn't lie. Wilson is forcing shots, overthinking every possession, because deep down, she knows, this team isn't elite anymore. Her stat line looks fine. But the Aces are 4-3 and have lost back-to-back games. That's not elite leadership. That's putting up empty numbers while the ship goes down. Don't forget, Wilson herself admitted before training camp that the locker room didn't feel right. If you're the franchise centerpiece and something's off in that room, that's on you. You let Kate Martin go. You let the fire walk away. Now, here's the cherry on top, the Aces are set to face the Sparks on June 11th. Yes, Kelsey Plum is returning to Vegas. Not as a guest. Not as a tribute video star. As a rival MVP candidate, leading a team that's outplaying the so-called dynasty she left behind. Last time, she got standing ovations and hugs. This time, she's back to dominate. Her numbers are better. Her confidence is soaring. She's running her squad like a seasoned captain. Plum even joked that learning DoorDash in LA was harder than basketball. That's the swagger of someone winning on and off the court. Meanwhile, Wilson is stuck with crushing defeats and a team that can't keep pace with an expansion squad. Sure, Aya still plays tough, bully ball, lockdown defense, all-out effort. But Kelsey Plum is spreading the floor, creating space, and lighting up the scoreboard, allowing teammates like De'Erica Hamby to shine without needing to play like a one-woman wrecking crew. This isn't just a rivalry anymore. It's a reckoning. And on June 11th, we'll find out who's really built for this new era of the WNBA.